please be so kind as to listen to me talk about the constant cycle that I have been feeling stuck in recently. I didn't realize the cycle that I was in until recently, which is kind of why I wanted to make this video, because you see like the getting my life together videos, but they never feel very substantial when you take them into your own life. I think the point of the getting a life together is when you are in like a slump where you just kind of feel unmotivated, and having a day where you just like have a hard reset and you do all your tasks and you make to-do lists and you do all of the little things that you have been putting off. It feels good, but that doesn't necessarily cure the life slump situations. I find myself in these repeated cycles, particularly around like December, January, February time frame, where I will anticipate bad mental health, and then I will allow that mental health to be then used as an excuse to not accomplish things. And I don't mean lazy in that I don't want to work all the time, I don't want to be productive all the time. I mean in like very like taking care of myself, doing the tasks that I need to do, like taking care of my house, things like that. I allow my various issues with my mental health to keep me from, I use it as an excuse. I allow it to keep me from doing the things that I need to do, and it leaves me feeling worse about myself than if I had just kind of pushed myself a little bit harder and done the things that I needed to do. So we're gonna try to find a balance of me pushing myself to do work, getting back into a routine, and also finding things that I feel inspired by. Again, a large part of when I'm in moods like this is I don't feel inspired by anything. I am naturally a creative person, but I can watch the most beautiful things, I can watch the most inspired creations, and they leave me feeling nothing. I have no ideas, no nothing, and that is an indication to me that I'm not grounded in my everyday life, I'm not grounded in myself, and I need to kind of do some things to get that back. So we're going to focus on getting back into a routine, and we're also going to focus on watching things, playing video games, stuff that either will soothe my soul, soothe me, or will inspire me. So that's what we're going to focus on this week. I'm currently reading Stone Blind. I'm not loving it. I am 94 pages in. If it doesn't get any better, I will probably set it aside, but for the moment, it's not really what I was anticipating, but I'm not really feeling picking up anything else. Hopefully that'll change. That's another thing, that when I'm really uninspired, I don't want to read, because a large part of reading is escape and the like fantasy aspect where you're putting yourself in a different world with different people and you're like experiencing different things. And so when I am not inspired, I tend to not want to gravitate towards those things because it feels hollow. That's going to be the focus for this vlog. It's not going to be like a getting shit together where I make a to-do list and I just go down the to-do list. I'm genuinely going to be doing things that make me feel inspired and setting a routine for myself, because I started the year strong with a routine and I have not followed it in any form or fashion, and I think that's a portion of what's going on with me. And I want to go into spring feeling better, and not feeling so stuck in a repeated cycle where I'm like, okay, things are good now, and then I fall back into the negativity.
Okay, I thought I was gonna call my homie who, okay, never mind.
Tell me that. Why are you acting stupid right now?
Today is one of those days that just reminds me that this process is not linear. It's not easy to force yourself to get back into a routine, to have the discipline to get back into a routine, and I'm feeling that today. I did 20 minutes on my walking pad yesterday, and I wasn't able to do as long as I wanted or as fast as I wanted because of my ankle. It started to hurt like 10 minutes in. It's definitely hurting today. So that's a little bit of a disappointment. And then yesterday when I got home after I did my walking, I laid on the couch and watched GTA RP all day. I didn't do anything, which I was fine with. I didn't necessarily have any tasks that I needed to complete. There is some side business work that I can do, but there's not like a rush on it. And I should get ahead of it. So I think that's kind of what I'm going to focus on today, is trying to get ahead of it. Just doing like a little bit at a time. And I think that's the key to work for me, like tasks like that, where it's not something that I enjoy doing, but it's something that I need to do. I need to, specifically with my side business, if you don't know, I do product photography. There's like a task at the end that I have to do with all of the photos that I take. And it's time consuming and it's annoying to do, but I need to get better about not delaying it all the way until like the deadline and just doing little bits at a time. And I just need to get better about that, because I know in the long run, doing little bits at a time will help a lot, and then I can free up more time consistently rather than just doing whatever and then the day before it needs to get done, I'm like scrambling to do everything, and then I just feel very overwhelmed. It doesn't feel good to do that. Like I said, the discipline is very hard. And I also decided to order groceries. If you don't know, I've been ordering groceries to be delivered to my house for like 3 or 4 years now. I had really bad agoraphobia, and I'm just now starting to get to the point where I'm comfortable going out in public. I decided that I wanted to, like last month or something like that, I decided I want to start grocery shopping for myself. And it's a task that I've actually found that I enjoy doing. I just didn't feel like it today. Like I needed to go today. Groceries needed to be gotten today, but I just didn't have the energy to. And so I decided to order, which is fine. It's not something that I regularly want to do, but I'm not like mad that I decided to do that. It's just one of those days where I'm not adhering to a routine, quote unquote, necessarily really strictly, which is, again, okay. You're gonna have those days, but it just is a reminder that you're not a machine. Sometimes you aren't going to be able to do everything that you want to do in the way that you want to do them, and you have to like come up with new plans, I guess. So today I plan to get ahead of some of the side business stuff that I have. That's gonna take me like a couple of hours probably when I get home from work, and then I have some house chores that I need to do. So today was just not the day. Like today is not the day. It's just I'm tired and I'm fighting getting in bed. I don't think I'm gonna do a walk today. I could do like maybe 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, but I don't want to push it. I'm limping, so I don't want to push it. So yeah, that's it. I want to start a new book today at some point after I get all the stuff done. I started to re-listen to the audiobook of My Camera's Dying. Started to re-listen to the audiobook of Twilight. This is a comfort for me. The audiobook is not great, but I love the book. I might decide to go read it physically, but I'm like a couple hours into that. You all know what this is about. I don't need to tell you, but it's definitely a source of comfort for me and a little bit of inspiration, weirdly enough. So like I'm probably gonna watch the movie at some point this week and definitely continue to listen to the audiobook. Might pick up the regular book and annotate it because I've never done that, but that's it. That's the update. found my old Nintendo, my old DS, and I want to see what games I used to have on it because I don't remember. So let's plug it in and find out. What's in it? Oh, Ultra Moon.
Devil's work. Have you thought of growing a beard, sir?
I look like a big dog in a cravat.
Kids like dogs. This job.
You're adorable. You always were.
Okay, so I just finished Poor Things, which is a movie that I've been wanting to watch for a while, but I didn't know when I wanted to. But when I was feeling a little uninspired, I knew that this would be the movie for me. Like, I knew that cinematically it was beautiful, and 100,000% it's one of the most beautiful movies that I've ever seen. The cinematography, the use of colors and color theory, the shots, just the outfits, the just all of it. The scenes, absolutely gorgeous. It's a fantastic movie. It might be one of my favorites of all time. It's a little bit long. I don't really like movies that are over like 2 hours long. This was like, I think 2 hours and maybe 15-ish minutes, but it was so good, so good. So I don't want to tell you too much about it because I want you to kind of go in with minimal knowledge, because that's how I went in and it was just the best experience. But it's basically about a woman who was raised by a mad scientist, like a Frankenstein doctor basically, who created her. and she goes off into the world and has some adventures with some people, and it's stunning. Emma Stone's acting is fan-fucking-tastic. All of the acting in this movie was amazing, and the story is amazing. The way that the meaning plays into the cinematography and how all of it was captured, and all of it was incredible. One of the best movies that I've ever watched, and it's so inspiring to watch. Just the idea of creating something like this is so amazing, and this is kind of why I wanted to watch it, because it's beautiful and the themes in it are so good. If you are feeling a little bit lost, misplaced, if you are feeling down and out, used, abused, anything like that, I would highly recommend picking it up. It is a tough story. It's listed as a comedy, which kind of put me off initially because I'm not a big comedy person, but it's more of like an absurdist comedy than actually like laugh out loud funny. But it is very, 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 very good, and I highly recommend it. I think this is the best movie that I've seen in a long time. I watched Saltburn recently and I really, really loved that, but honestly this one blows it out of the park because it had everything. It had everything you could want from a movie. If you're like an art house fan, if you're a fan of like artsy movies that have, everything has a meaning and all of the shots are really deep, then you'll enjoy the movie. If you're not a fan of movies like that, then you probably skip this one, but it's just a dream. It's a dream. It feels like a fever dream for one, and for two, it just, everything about it is a dream. Very, 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 very good, and just like inspired me to want to do so many things. Inspiring, beautiful, and just makes you think. Now I am waiting for Breath of the Wild to download. I kind of bit the bullet and decided to get it. I've been wanting to play it for years at this point, and I just have never done it. So I'm waiting for it to download. It's been downloading for 3 hours. So it has 19 minutes left. So I'm gonna watch GTA RP until it's done, and then start playing it, and then I'll probably be doing that for the rest of the weekend. I'm very, very excited. Zelda is beautiful, and I played them when I was a kid and loved it, and so I'm excited to get into this one. And I know that's everybody loves it, so I'll bounce between Zelda and Animal Crossing probably for the rest of the weekend. Might do some reading here and there, but that movie just left me so much energy, so much excitement, so much just like watching movies, reading really good books, playing a good video game. It just like it just fuels the soul, the creativity, and I love it. That's kind of why I wanted to watch something that I knew would inspire me in some way. So 100% recommend that movie. If you're even remotely interested in it, I would recommend, and you don't mind really long movies, because it's really good.
like a disgraced clown. They're like,